If you're stuck in that skinny fat physique where you have stubborn body fat around your chest, your lower back, your abs, your moobs, your double chin, and you still have noodly long arms and you kind of want to lose body fat and gain muscle, then you're probably stuck in a particular dilemma that most people in the fitness industry aren't going to be able to help you with. And the problem with this dilemma is that you're going to want to lose body fat, but you're also going to want to gain muscle, which means you're probably thinking about doing a cut, but you're a little bit anxious because if you're going to cut, you can get smaller and skinnier and you want to add some size and you're not sure if the stubborn body fat's going to come off because you might end up just a smaller version of skinny fat. So you're probably thinking about going on to a bulk. Maybe you've tried it in the past. You want to gain some muscle, gain some size, but you're very much aware that if you're eating extra calories, the hips, the moobs, the chest, the belly are all going to grow with you. And you kind of have to stick it out long enough to get the muscle to then go on the cut. But then you're going to gain more fat, so you're going to have to do a longer cut at the end of it. And then if you do that wrong, you might lose muscle. And then you're kind of just stuck in this cycle of bulking and cutting, what I call the bro cycle. And I've been in this exact situation for the majority of my life, which meant every time I asked for some fitness advice, the big dudes are saying, hey, eat loads of carbs, eat big to get big, do this lift, do that lift. And every time I did that, I was like, well, I am just getting fatter and I'm not really sure if I'm gaining muscle. And because I'm starting so skinny, it's quite hard for me to add size to my frame, whereas these dudes, kind of already kind of built. So all they had to do is train and they would gain muscle, right? It is very much down to genetics a lot of the time. And then on the flip side, if I speak to someone that's shredded, they're like, yeah, just go for runs, do the gym classes, lift light, get toned, get a pump. And every time I did that, I felt like I was getting smaller and skinnier and flatter, which I was. So for many years, I ended up just looking the same, which was not great. And it definitely made me think that either there's something wrong with me or I've just got the worst genetics known to man. But the bottom line was I was still quite skinny fat. I had a little bit of stubborn body fat. I had no muscle and I desperately wanted to fix it. And then over the years, I have fixed it, but it took me a lot longer than needed. This was several years in between these two photos. Now, thankfully, I have been working with skinny fat guys for the past 5 years, and I'll put up some transformations over here. A lot of these transformations are done within 4 months up to about 12 months. Now, of course, that time frame is going to be different depending on your starting point, but I've managed to figure out a quicker way to sort of be a bit more efficient and a bit more optimal to fix it. So in this video, I want to tell you how we did it. So instead of doing cuts and bulks, what we focus on is a simple recomposition, but we do it in a specific way. Now, simply put, a recomposition is just losing body fat and gaining muscle, recompositioning the body. And the way we do this in one final swoop is we simply just manage the calories, we manage the training, and we make very precise adjustments. So for example, most people that would do a recomposition, they would typically eat at maintenance calories and sort of hope for the best. And I find that if you're eating at maintenance calories and you're even slightly over or slightly under, then you're probably not going to get the result you want. You might end up just plateauing like a lot of people normally do. So what we do with these guys is we aimed for a small calorie deficit, and we do this for a few reasons: to avoid going catabolic and losing more muscle tissue and strength, but to make sure that we're still in a defined calorie deficit, so we're still losing body fat. Now, the target I recommend for doing that is about 500 calories below your maintenance. I have a free nutritional blueprint you can use to set that up properly, and how to set up your macros, so how much protein to eat, carbs to eat, and how much fat to eat, to make sure we do this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, that is a huge part of it. That's probably 80% of it. If you're trying to recomposition the body, the numbers that you hit for your calories and macros matter, and the quality of the food and the ratio of macros matters as well. So you need to get those numbers right. So use that free download. That's why I've given this out for free, because you do need it. So work out your calories, set up your target, and track those numbers. Then you want to make sure that you're eating sufficient protein so that when we're in this calorie deficit, we're not wasting away and eating away into muscle tissue and we're losing body fat. That is the diet side of things in an absolute vague nutshell. Yes, certain foods matter, everyone's got different schedules, but if you get those numbers right and you track them to the best of your abilities, you can slowly refine the food to work for you. And if you do get stuck with that, you can always drop me a message at Elite Transformation Project on Instagram. Now, that's the diet. Slight calorie deficit, track the numbers, and you'll probably need to lower those numbers gradually. If you lower them too quickly, then you might lose more muscle. So we basically hit those numbers and then make adjustments as you go along. When it comes to training, a lot of people think to lose body fat, they need to do loads of cardio, and they think to gain muscle, they need to lift loads of weights. Now, you technically could do a bit of cardio and lift weights to sort of achieve these results, but the majority of these transformations that I've shown you, they haven't really done much cardio because they're trying to gain muscle. Think about it logically. If you're in a calorie deficit and you've got limited energy and a limited performance in the gym, if you're spending it on doing a faster run, you're probably not going to get the physique that you imagine. You might actually lose more muscle, which is what I did. So we want to focus on getting stronger. And a good way to do this and keep it simple is to focus on a very, very easy, simple, what I like to call 3D training split. Meaning you're hitting every muscle group once per week with similar amounts of volume so that the body is hit 3D, essentially. Now, the added benefit to this is not only is it easy to follow and very simple, But it means that when you start to figure out what particularly works well for you and what doesn't work well for you, it's very easy to figure that out. Because if you're hitting chest and back and shoulders and arms equal amounts throughout the week, if a certain area or certain muscle group is starting to lag and certain areas do really well, for example, for me, my shoulders grow quite well, but my chest doesn't, then I was able to slowly refine my workout plan to work specifically for me, genetically speaking. If I followed anyone else's workout plan, I would probably look worse. I'd be disproportionate because genetics are a huge factor. Like my client Reese over here, his shoulders are quite narrow. So we had to focus on building up his shoulder width. So his push workout had a lot more shoulder volume compared to my push workout. And the way we learned this was by training with a 3D training split. So pull, push, legs, one muscle group once per week. And then we noticed that his chest was responding well, but his shoulders weren't. So then we tweaked it. So training needs to be very simple to start with. You need to have a bias towards getting stronger in the gym, so adding reps, adding weight over time. And when things start to plateau, then it's easier to make adjustments. And then on the topic of cardio, you can definitely use it as a supplement. If you go over your calories a certain day, do some cardio to shave it off. If you've plateaued on the scales and they're not budging, but the gym's going really well, then maybe add in some steps or cardio to burn the extra calories. It's a lot better if you're skinny fat to do more and eat more than to eat less and do less, because then you might risk losing more muscle tissue. Now, once you stick to this and you adjust with it, every time you hit a plateau, you maybe lower your calories or you increase your activity or you focus on tweaking your workout routine, you're slowly going to lose body fat and you're slowly going to gain muscle. And by the end of this recomposition, you might end up like Reese, where you've gained muscle and you're nice and shredded. Or like Matt, where you lose your belly and you start to bring in the abs and gain a bit of muscle in your upper body. For most skinny fat men, this is going to be the fix. But if you're like me and you're very skinny and you have very stubborn body fat, you may need to do a reverse diet, back up to your maintenance once you've gotten lean, and then go on to a small, lean bulk, shall we say, where we eat into a small calorie surplus and we focus on gaining size exclusively. This is why a lot of fitness advice is kind of not helpful, because it needs to be specific to you, because everyone's got different genetics, different biomechanics, different starting points, different goals, different strengths, different weaknesses, different schedules. We're all different. That's why these guys hired me to help them map this out, because it needed to be specific to them. But as a video to give you the best advice possible, if you're skinny fat, instead of jumping from cuts to bulks and doing vague training stuff with no target or precision, do a recomposition with a small calorie deficit, high protein, get stronger and keep it simple. And that way you can make the adjustments as and when needed. Now, look, if you really do want my help one-to-one to help you map this out, I am taking on clients this time of year. There is a call link below. We can have a chat about your goals and see if I can actually help you. And if I can't help you, I won't work with you. And if you want a little bit more advice about how you can go about fixing skinny fat, you can watch this video over here, which breaks it down into a little bit more detail. Let's make this the year that we finally get it sorted, boys. Fucking hell, it never zooms. There we are. Let's get it done, boys.